All right, cheers everyone. I am Amy Mitchell with Houses of Windsor, and this is Virtual Tea Time with Amy. And today, my special guest is the wonderful Kay Stelling. Thank you for being on, Kay.
Asking me. I'm looking forward to a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Talking to
So,
you is always fun.
oh, thank you. So, before we get started, I'd like to ask where you're calling from, like city and state, and what you're drinking.
And just down the street from you, I'm in Altamont Springs, and I'm drinking a true Arnold Palmer in this big old mug.
Which you said is the only mug you have, right?
It is. Well, the only transparent glass, I should say.
Right.
So didn't
So
want people to
I
think I'd be drinking something else.
Oh, that's funny. So I have so I'm at my side job, and so I think I've told this before, but I did have a teacup that I kept here for this purpose, and I totally broke it like a few weeks ago. I keep forgetting to bring a new one. so so this is what I'm drinking out of. So here's some free promotion for Black Cow fertilizer.
That looks really familiar.
I know, right? And I am drinking the white lemon tea that I have on the Windsor gift shop. So
Good.
I've had enough caffeine. I drank some strong black tea earlier today, so decided to tone it down for afternoon tea. Um, okay, so first we'll say how we know each other. So people have heard me talk about BNI a million times, but for those of you who haven't heard of it, it's Business Networking International. So it's a networking group, and I'm sure Kay, being a special, you're a director, you would be able to explain it better. But so I've known Kay for about a year and a half then, right?
Much longer for as well as I've gotten.
I know. I know. Just our
And
first one-to-one. I learned so much fun stuff.
we BNI it's not only just a local organization or a local chapter, it's actually worldwide. It's in 73 countries, and there's over 250,000 members. So it's a
Wow.
really successful networking opportunity for anyone who's looking to grow their business. So
Yeah, and especially right now that we are virtual, it's pretty cool because as a member, I can go visit other chapters. So I went to London a couple weeks ago and visited a chapter there, which was super cool, and made some really great contacts already. So it was worthwhile. Um, but Kay, so we were gonna talk about something specific for a little bit before we get into the wild card stuff. So do you
remind
want?
me again.
I know. Let's see what we were gonna talk about. It was networking related, right? I remember
Right.
you. Yeah, you ran a story by me. Now I forget the story. It's something that you use in the classes, like the BNI classes. Um,
Oh, I remember now. Yes.
okay. Okay.
So, and it's kind of an interesting little story here because, well, before I get into that, I want to say that, BNI really is a great networking opportunity because a lot of the chambers and regular face-to-face type meetings haven't really caught on online. And the
Right.
one very cool thing I think for us is it's been a really great way for us to continue to maintain our relationships as we pass referrals back and forth. So
Mm-hmm.
it's been really a good thing. So I was going to talk about, I started my business 10 years ago, Genius Advertising and Marketing. And
Mm-hmm. Oh,
um,
sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to play the thing over here, and now we're like talking double.
oh, wait.
All right, technology. All right, I'll close it. We'll mess with that later.
So,
Sorry.
so I
Go
started my
ahead.
business. So I started my business 10 years ago. And I wanted to originally thought, because my background in broadcast and advertising, that I wanted to really just do media buying. Well,
Mm-hmm.
and it didn't turn out to be like that at all.
No.
It, I saw opportunity with website design. So that's really a lot more of what I do.
Right.
So, and so once upon a time, there was this little fly, and he was swirling around outside, and he happened to smell some fast food that someone was taking into the office. So he followed this lady with a Burger King bag right into her office. So he's buzzing around, and boy, he's bugging the heck out of her and everything. And first thing you know, he finds his way into the kitchen. So he in the kitchen for a little while. By the way, do you know how long flies live?
No, I forget how long.
30 days.
30 days. That's
30
longer
days.
than I would have expected.
So he was buzzing around the kitchen, having a great time. At nighttime, he'd go and get scraps off of people's desks and everything. And, pretty soon he began to miss his friends. And so he wanted to get outside and go have some fresh air. This AC air was bugging him. And to smell the green stuff. So he goes over to it's daytime. He goes over to the window and he's banging on the window. And he keeps banging on the window. And this goes on for days and for days. So 30 days pass. I mean, he really got tired of food, So 30 days pass and he's on his last leg now. And he's banging on the window, bang, 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 bang. And he can't get out. He's so frustrated. He goes, I'm going to die of AC. I want some fresh air already. So as he's lying on the windowsill, just about ready to die, he happens to look over and he sees the door open. Somebody propped the door open to bring something in. If he only had enough strength, he could fly out. So the moral of the story is stop banging against the wall and look around, see what other opportunities.
Right. So, yeah, see what doors are being open for you.
You're trying to bang your head against the window to go somewhere, but you're being restricted. But if you stop and be resilient and look around, then you might find a door open for you where you can have a new opportunity.
Right. I like that. That's good. And that's, I feel like that's especially makes me think of, like people with anxiety and stuff. Like when you are, and I'm one of them, but so I can speak from experience, but, manifest in different ways for everyone, but especially when, let's say that fly had anxiety. he's spiraling, so he can only see one option, and like it so it's hard when you
hyper-focused.
So you have to be able to come out of that.
I also want to use this opportunity to compliment you.
Okay.
Because you're in a situation right now where you have this wonderful tea party business where you do bridal showers, you do birthday parties, a baby shower. Fabulous job. You really do.
Thank you.
I've been to a tea, and
that's right.
I was very impressed with all the. It's not hey, let's sit down and have a little cup of tea.
Right.
It's quite the event, and I really felt like I was transformed into, like another environment altogether.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
Awesome.
So, but with the happening of COVID, people can't gather, they can't get together. But you've done a really good job of taking your business and turning it into the virtual tea time.
Right.
Taking a cue from the Zoom room.
Yep.
And also too, you've done a good job of selling your stuff online, which is totally, who would have thought?
Right. Yeah.
So,
Thank you.
You have a great variety online. Everything from the lovely lavender that I love because it helps me go to sleep.
Right.
And I've turned quite a few of my friends on to that too, by the way.
Yes. That's awesome. Yeah, I know I've shipped one of them at least. I forget her name.
There's a client down in Fort Myers that's going to be putting in an order.
Oh, okay. Okay, nice. I say there's a couple that came through. I didn't know their names this weekend.
3 a.m. in the morning, he's emailing me. So I said, oh, you must try this lovely lavender. I mean, it knocks you right out.
Right. It does. Yeah.
And I know you've got the CB hippie?
Oh yeah, the CBD tea. Yeah, hippie. Yeah, hippie CBD tea. Yeah, so that one I've got a link to because that is sold. It's the company hippie tea, and it's a CBD tea, but there's so many like rules and regulations around selling it online. Right. That's why we're like, well, I'll just have a link to send people to
you don't want to get into
your
the
online
whole
store. Right.
Actually, Google is very, very cautious, and believe it or not, things like CBD oil and diet pills.
Oh yeah.
They pull advertising for diet pills right offline.
Really?
And same thing for if anything, even for people who do drug treatment. That's a whole nother issue that Google watches very closely.
Oh, wow. That's
So
cool.
who would have known, right?
I know. I didn't know. I didn't know they were watching out for that stuff.
So the point is, you've done a really great job
Right.
yourself of shifting your paradigm
Right.
to take, okay, I'm not going to bang my head against a window here.
Right.
Go and take a door.
Well, thank you. I appreciate
Yeah.
that. Yes, I will give, you know, some of the credit to my wonderful business coach. I still call her my business coach, but Coach Sherry. I call it like a mastermind group, and we meet. And basically, right when the stay-at-home order started, she was drilling into us, pivot, pivot, don't stay put, waiting it out. It's time to figure it out and pivot.
You know, unfortunately, a lot of people haven't been able to pivot,
Right,
which
right,
is so
right.
sad.
I know. Yeah, it is hard because, for me, I was an event planner of sorts, but it was a very specific thing. So it's easier for me to pivot to sell that specific thing online. If
Right.
someone's just an event planner in general, I don't like it's not as easy as a pivot.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Mm-mm.
Not at all.
But has it affected your like industry much or not?
No, for the web design part of it, no.
No.
And also for the media buying that I do,
Oh, right.
it's not affected that at all. I mean, I
Oh, okay.
work with clients all over the country. I don't have to just be here in Orlando. So it's nice
Right.
to make face-to-face relationships with clients, but
Right.
it's also okay, to get the job done,
Mm-hmm.
online. So,
Right.
and
Okay.
I'm busy, 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 which is a wonderful thing.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, you always seem very busy and on top of everything. Like you don't seem like you're too busy. It seems like you really got a handle on it. What's your secret? Like what are your hours? Do you sleep?
Oh, I sleep. As a matter of fact, I've really kind of tried to discipline myself not to work on the weekends because having a
Okay.
home office, it's
Oh,
I
right.
think I'll just go and take care of this.
Mhm.
So I've really tried to be better about disciplining myself not to work on the weekends.
Mhm.
But, I think I block my time out for things.
Mhm.
I live by my calendar for the most part, but I'm a big list maker. And there's
Mhm.
nothing more wonderful and I physically
Right.
cross it off my list.
Mhm.
So I appreciate getting things done and,
Right.
going through the list.
Right.
That's how you stay organized, right?
Right. Right. Do you have like a certain morning routine or anything to get do you get up at a certain time every day or what do you do?
Oh my goodness. Are you kidding? If I'm not at my desk by 9 o'clock,
Uh-huh.
the dog is over here looking at his wristwatch. Why aren't you here yet? You know,
So
I
the
mean, he
dog's
knows.
your supervisor
Yeah,
checking in on you.
he is. Yeah, he is. He's like my little assistant. He's, sleeps in the little bed over there
Right.
by the desk and everything. And,
Oh, that's cute.
he knows,
Mm-hmm.
and of course if by chance I have someone coming over, I'll mention to him, so-and-so is coming over. He's like,
Mm-hmm.
all right, are they here yet? Are they here yet?
That's really cute.
I think it's gonna be really tough when people go back to the real work world, if they
Mm-hmm.
do, or when they do, I should
Right.
say. Dogs are going to be depressed.
Oh, that's true.
They're going to
Yeah.
have to shift their little paradigms.
Right, right. That's true.
So many of us are making them used to us being around.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Yeah, they've gotten lucky. And now
Yeah.
they're gonna be alone again. Yeah.
Right.
I don't think my cats will care much, but plus, I mean, I'll still be working from home anyway. But yeah, it is easier to work here than at home because here there's like one big dog, but he's super chill. And when I have, at home with my cats, they walk all around and try to like last night, Williams was trying to just like sleep and like paw on the keyboard. And it was locked, but it was up on the screen to like type in your password to unlock it, and I could just see it like dots, dots, dots. Like he was pushing keys. I know, it's like, you're gonna get me locked out of this thing with the wrong password.
You've seen my cat during meetings walk across the screen.
Oh yeah.
It's like he doesn't come up. I mean, he's very rarely on my desk until I get on.
Until you're on camera. Yeah.
What's he on camera again?
He's so cute. I always get excited when I see him during BNI. That's great. But so okay. So I'm gonna ask.
The other routine. I was gonna say the other routine that I have in the morning. Believe it or not, the dog rules my life.
Yeah.
My dog rules my life. You know.
Okay. Yes.
He's spoiled.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So my husband takes him out and then he comes back, has a little bully stick, then we feed him. Oh, but before we feed him, I do tricks with him. Training.
Oh, yeah.
I call it training.
Okay.
So for a little turkey bacon, and he likes
Mm-hmm.
stimulation in the morning there with doing all the tricks.
That's
He's getting
fun.
where he can say, Mama, pretty clear now.
Really? Oh my gosh. You have to take videos of this.
I know, I should.
That's
But
great.
just like everybody thinks their baby's cute, you know. So
Yeah, but it's still, I mean, if it can say mama, that's pretty good. If it can speak, that's really good. And so remind me the name. What's your dog's name?
Joey.
Joey, that's what it is. Yeah,
Joey
that's
from
cute.
Ocoee.
Joey from Ocoee.
That's where we got
That's
him.
good.
Mom and Dad were in Ocoee.
Yeah, and what's the cat's name?
Cat's name is Bobby. 2 little boys. The cat was on the, I live on the Little Wakaiba, and the cat was back in the woods, and we just happened to be walking by, and the cat comes walking out of the woods, and they sniff one another, and the cat follows him home. That's how we got the cat.
Really? That's great.
And the cat has a crooked tail, so I think the vet says that he was probably born with a deformed tail.
Oh,
so maybe
no.
that's why somebody pitched him. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, good cat.
Yeah. Well, that's good. So I was going to ask you one of my usual questions, but also I know you have good stories that I can prompt. So first I'll ask you the regular question is, what is your like special interest or obsession or like hobby? Like, what's your thing that's not work, that's like your
It's not work. Work doesn't count.
Nope, work can't count. It has to.
Well, let's see. I like training the dog, and I like to read.
Oh, okay. Is there something specific you like to read?
Well, I like Carl Hyacin. He's a former, I think he's former reporter. I don't know if he may still be working there, but Carl Hyacin, and he writes these books about Florida, like crazy stuff going on in the Keys and what have you. Yeah.
Okay. That's fun.
He's a really good writer, and I love I can't remember his name now, but it's mysteries.
Mysteries. Okay, say that my mom would probably like that. She'll probably tell me afterwards. I know sometimes she reads books that she'll talk about like stuff happening, takes place in Florida or whatever. But I don't know if she knows of the whole series of them.
Carl, he's written. I mean, very very far out, wacky
Okay.
wacky new stories. But the mystery writer that I like so much his name is Harlan Coben.
Okay.
And it's like bizarro kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, like a real aha.
Yeah. It's like mysteries. Does it always take place in the States, or is it like around the world?
He does some mysteries, but for the most part, it's just fiction, just kind of crazy stories, things that happen to people.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. So have you always
Other
been...
than tea, what is your passion?
Oh, well. So I have, let's see, my other answers are usually, I've got Hanson, the band, and then I'm known for my obsession with Christmas. You froze up a little bit. So hopefully you'll unfreeze here in a second. But I'll just keep talking about Hanson. So a lot of you already know that I am a big Hanson fan, and some of you may be too young to know to make fun of me. But 1997 Mbop, that was their big hit, and I was in 6th grade. Are you back, Kay? I almost heard you. We froze up. Oh, you're back. I know. Yeah, well, you froze. Yeah, you froze up, so I just kept talking about Hanson, but I'll repeat it.
And you froze.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess we'll see what ended up showing up on Facebook, if anything.
Surprise, surprise.
I know. This is all part of the show, all the technical difficulties. So I was saying that I do, I'm a Hanson fan, also known as a fanson. And also, people know me for being a Christmas nut. Like, I love all the decorations and always listen to music early and movies early and stuff like that. So I'm kind of known for just having obsessions. So that's why I like to find out what other people's are. So I've obviously got England and tea time, and then Hanson and Christmas. Uh-oh, we froze up again, but I don't know what's up on Facebook. Are we back, Kay? I know. I'll pull it up on my phone and see what we got. Bear with us, everyone. All right, we back? I can't hear you, but I can see you moving.
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay, now you're back.
The internet's been really bad this week.
Really?
Or
Yeah.
maybe it's just me.
Well, I always have problems at my apartment. Yeah. Here it seems to be pretty good. But yeah, so yeah, I guess, well, I was going to ask you about your reading. Have you always been, like, since you were a kid, did you like to read, or is this something that came later?
No, always had my nose in a book.
Yeah, okay. So there's no hope for me because I don't like reading, but my mom loves it. I thought maybe it'll come with time.
It's sort of like, even I happen to watch the John Grisham's book, The Client, was on Hulu this weekend as a movie. You know, even though the movie was really good, it's never good as the book. Because you put your imagination into it.
Right. It's not what you envision, when you're reading it. Yeah, I would like to read more. The only time I ever really read consistently was when I lived in the suburbs of Chicago and had to take the train in. So I was on the train for like 45 minutes twice a day, so I could actually sit and read. But other than that, I just can't. It puts me to sleep. Oh, we froze up again. But I don't know which one of us is frozen on Facebook. Okay, you're back.
Crazy, huh?
I know. I'm like trying to watch over on my phone to see if we're both frozen or not. But okay, so you've got some cool stories. I want to know, let's see, or I want the world to know some of your cool stories, if you don't mind. Let's see.
About what, when I was a reporter?
Yeah, can you talk about Mount St. Helens? Do you want to tell that one?
I can. I was working as a reporter in a very small market in southeastern Washington state. And it was so small of a station that another reporter and I would go out. I'd be the cameraman, she'd be the reporter, and then the next story we'd flip.
Oh, nice. That's great.
I mean, hey, you had to make do, a small station.
Right.
But it was good because, I learned how to sing with nothing, which was a good thing. But I was about, I'll say about maybe 80 miles away from Mount St. Helens, sort of. And I had been planning to go the day that it erupted. I was planning on flying over there driving over there and just getting, some personal interest stories and everything.
Right.
But I really didn't feel that great that day, so I ended up not going. And sure enough, at 8:30 in the morning, we heard on the radio that it had exploded.
Oh, wow.
And so I was like, kicking myself. And what was crazy was when the clouds were rolling in, it was like these big, clumpy, like points of gray that were pointing down, and it was raining ash in the town that I lived in.
Oh my gosh.
And literally it was like sand. It was like sand flowing. It was like
weird.
sand falling, very much like it was snowing, but it was ash. And so they locked down the entire town. You weren't supposed to drive. You weren't supposed to fly because the ash could get into the engine of the vehicle or the plane. So somehow I was able to get this crop dusting guy on the phone I was calling around all my friends, and I found this guy who was a crop duster. His name was Red, and I met him at this field where he lands and takes off. And it was pretty scary as we're flying. As soon as we take off, I'm like gagging from the smell of the
Oh
pesticide.
wow.
It
Oh
was
geez.
horrible. It was terrible.
Yeah.
And so we fly up to St. Helens. Took about, I don't know how long, maybe a half hour, something like that. And as we get there, we're flying up to the mountain, like close, see it way in the distance. And I look out the window and I see all these trees lying on their side.
Oh wow.
In Washington State. So I thought, wow, they have really neat lumberjacks. It looked like somebody had come with an arm and just swished them,
Swiped
them all
down.
the same direction. It was from the blast, actually. I mean,
oh wow. Just so, that's crazy.
It was absolutely crazy. And so we fly up and we get, we hear on the radio, the USGS, which is the U.S. Geological Survey folks. They're saying, don't get any closer than 10 miles. You'll be in the red zone. And of course, we were getting in there and they're coming over the radio, giving his tail number, telling him you're going to lose your license. I go, you better get out of here. You're going to be in trouble, whatever. He says, I said, you're going to lose your license. He goes, ha ha, I don't have a license. Now you tell me.
That's my favorite.
Now you tell me.
So you just fly in a random plane with a random guy towards a volcano. Yeah, with pesticide into the ash of the volcano.
The good news is I was able to get great video, both of the trees, as I figured out later what it was, and going up to the mountain. And we were in the opposite direction. People don't realize it didn't go out like all over the place. The fallout and the blast headed east. So people in Seattle were not really even affected.
Oh, okay.
For example.
Right.
So we were on the clean side at one point, and then he's come back around, and there was another blast actually when I was in the air with him.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that part.
Leaving. Well, it just made the plane go like this a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't huge, but
still a little freaky.
Scary. It's pretty scary. So I got really great video, and I sold my stuff. My first stringer video I sold to ABC News.
That's so cool. That's awesome. So it was worth it. Right. Since you survived.
And all I have as a reminder is this like little photograph that I took on my little Instamatic camera, which no one on this call ever heard of, I'm sure.
I don't know exactly which one that is.
It's like look like a little pack of cigarettes almost. You turn the camera sideways.
Oh, that's funny. No.
And it was film, you had to go and get
right. I definitely was using film like up to like 2000 or whatever. So all my camp trips, my first trip to the UK, all of that was film. And they told us to buy like these lead what do you call it, like a case or whatever, to put your film in so that they don't it doesn't get messed up in the x-ray at the airport. And so we did all this, and this is summer of 2000. And then then obviously September 11th happened, and you cannot use those things to protect your film anymore. Like they do. Luckily film became less prominent anyway. But it was like, the things they let us do, it was like, here's something that you can't even see in that we're going to put through the conveyor belt. So yes, I remember
things changed a lot. Oh
but so okay, so then
it was a pretty exciting time, being a reporter and everything. That was got to see a lot of things that people didn't see. When I moved back to Miami from Washington, it was during the cocaine cowboy wars.
Oh my gosh.
And
I've seen shows. Yeah. Tell me about that.
Shows. Well, I think, after some issues out in the street covering some of this stuff that was going on, I ended up being on the news desk at the TV station at WPLG in Miami. And I mean, it got so bad that I was assignment manager, and I was the person who would send the reporters and photographers out on stories. And it got so bad, we were not going to roll a crew unless it was 2 dead bodies or more.
Whoa.
That's how bad it got there for a while.
Jeez. That's nuts. And
Yeah.
it was all like what, rival, like
Yeah,
gangs,
rival
like with,
gangs and
yeah, with the
what have
cocaine.
you.
Yeah. Hmm.
Just, I mean, it was sort of like they blew the doors open. I mean, there's no way they could cover all the coastline and whatever.
Hmm.
Um, I think, there was a big cocaine task force or something. I will tell you, one time I did go out on a story for some video, and this elbow touched $1 million worth of cocaine. Of course,
That's
the alcohol, tobacco, and firearms agents were yelling at me, "Step away, step away."
that's hilarious.
So
That's really funny.
I was pretty close to $1 million worth of
Yeah,
coke.
that sounds like a lot. Is it a pretty big?
It was a big pile.
Yeah.
It was a big pile, let me tell you, on top of a table, probably 3 feet high.
Oh my gosh, was it
On top of a
loose or
concrete.
was it packaged?
No. It was what do you call them? Square fish.
Like the square
Yes.
packs? Okay. Okay. I didn't know it was called square fish. Just
Yeah.
like,
Well,
it
because
looks
what
like
they would
saran
do,
wrap.
if they caught a boat, what they would do is they'd be flipping the the fish out of the
Oh,
boat.
I see. Okay.
But
Okay.
they got this when it was actually still on the boat, and they caught them
Oh my gosh.
coming into shore.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fun. So did you ever have any times where you were out that felt unsafe? Like any kind of scary ones?
Yes,
Yeah.
I
Do you want to
did.
share them?
During the Overtown riots in Miami, which was after the Liberty City riots. I came back to Miami and worked in radio first when I came back as a radio reporter for an all news station. And I went out on to the police command post with this place where they were rioting, and they sent me to the wrong address. They should have sent me to 14th and 13th. Instead, I went to 13th and 14th, which is what
Oh,
they sent me to the wrong cross street.
right.
But the command center was only a block away.
Mm-hmm.
So ultimately, I was sitting there talking on the two-way because we didn't have cell phones back then,
Okay.
1980. What, the two
Is that like a walkie-talkie? Is that what that is?
radio, but it goes just to one place.
Oh, okay.
Like a direct frequency. And so a crowd came up and pulled me out of my car, roughed me up, stole my purse, turned my car over sideways, took the gas cap off, and set fire to my car.
Oh my God.
And when it blew up, of course, the cops saw the fireball.
Yeah.
They came running over and they shot their guns in the air to disperse them.
Whoa.
And had they not been there, they would have died.
Oh my gosh. That's
for sure.
crazy. Yeah.
Or I would have came out at least a little maimed for sure.
Right. Oh my goodness. So
that's when I decided. That's when I decided to get off the street.
Yeah.
No longer be on the street.
Mm-mm. So
that's why I went on a news desk.
Yeah. Does insurance cover that? What do you do?
I'm sure.
Either call Carlos Sanchez. Someone blew up my car.
No, this was not my own personal car. It was a news. It was a station
it was.
car.
Oh wow.
News
Okay.
car. I mean, it was marked and everything. It wasn't like just I took my own personal vehicle.
So they knew that they were attacking a news person. It wasn't. Oh, okay. I thought maybe they thought you were just like a random person.
Or by the way, it was a little Mazda wagon, and it was only about like 2 weeks old.
Oh, really?
Brand new car. Yeah.
Right. Oh man.
That's pretty nuts. Serious.
Yeah, that is. So did you end up with like many, I don't know, bruises, markings, or what? How much did they get?
I was pretty much in shock. I mean, I don't remember.
Right.
I remember bits and everything. It was like everything was in slow motion.
Mm-hmm. Right.
It really is true.
Right.
And I thought to myself, this is how I'm going to die?
Oh my gosh.
I mean, it's funny now, but it wasn't funny.
Oh, yeah. No, I know. It's so funny. Yeah. And did you say, sorry, what were the riots about? Who was rioting?
It was because, first of all, it was going back and forth since Liberty City. The cops would shoot a black person, and the black person would shoot a cop. I mean, it went back and forth.
Okay.
I mean, it was ridiculous what was going on. But nothing like what's happening right now in New York or Chicago.
Okay.
Sure. Or Portland, for that matter.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But it was really, it was because I'm not exactly sure why he ran, but there were two young black men who
Mm-hmm.
were suspected of robbing a bank or some kind of like really serious thing,
Right. Mm-hmm.
and the cops were chasing them. And I guess they thought he had a gun. I don't remember whether he did or not, but
Mm-hmm.
he was on the back of a motorcycle and the cop shot him as he was fleeing the scene.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was pretty bad.
Shot him. Yeah, on the
And
motorcycle.
so, of course, no cell phone cameras then.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
So their word against their word, you
Yep.
know.
Mm-hmm.
So it was really, but it really, I mean, it really incited the area. And so Overtown, part of Miami,
Mm-hmm.
is, of course, I don't know if it's still there or not, but at the time it was like only 4 or 5 blocks away from downtown, from the police station down.
Oh, really? Whoops, we froze up for a second.
I-95 is over it.
Oh, it was done by 95, you say?
It was down. It's underneath. You had to go underneath I-95 in
Oh,
Miami
okay.
to get to Overtown.
Okay.
That was like the dividing line,
Mm-hmm.
so to speak. And
Right.
I tell you something. They were very lucky that they didn't come over to the downtown area.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Right. Right.
Back then, they
Jeez.
probably wouldn't have stood for that.
Right. Right. Wow.
Times are different.
Mm-hmm. But so, okay, so that's a pretty good one. That was a good answer. Have you ever been freaked out at the job? So I guess I want to ask you something that I ask other people. Do you have any ghost or alien stories or like personal experiences of something that you can't explain?
Well, I love to see the stuff on the internet. I
Okay.
love to look and see, what's happening there and everything.
Mm-hmm. Are you more
so,
alien leaning or ghost leaning when you're looking online?
no, I'm sorry. I'm looking at alien.
Aliens. Okay.
No ghost experiences
Okay.
at
No.
all.
Okay.
First of all, I really believe that they're out there,
Mm-hmm.
and my bags are packed.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go.
You're ready to go.
I want to know more.
Right. Right. I love that.
I mean, you see some of the things that are going on in the sky. How can you not?
Mm-hmm.
It's not us.
Right. Right.
There's no vehicle that can go sideways and go fast, or zip. Zip.
Right.
There's no way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
So,
who are we to be so ethnocentric that we think we're the only ones in the universe?
I know.
That's really what it's about. I mean, come on.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Why are we the special planet?
Oh, really?
That's cool. So I have I was asking which way you lean because I feel like people are usually more interested in one or the other. So my friend Kyle, I'll call him out. He is very alien leaning. He cares more and is more interested in the aliens, but I'm more ghost, like paranormal leaning. But what we watched an alien movie together. I think it was called Dark Skies. And the weird stuff that was happening in the beginning when the family doesn't know what it is, I said, if like, Kyle was like, I would have known it was an alien right away. And I was like, I would have guessed it was a ghost. I was like, a ghost could have done all of that. So.
Well, I don't know. I guess a friend of mine, she literally has video in her house of doors shutting and things falling off of a counter all by itself in her kitchen.
Wow.
Yeah. And her dog is stares at certain place, like dog, when this activity doesn't happen all the time, but it takes on periods when it's going on. And the dog actually sits there and stares.
Oh, geez. Yeah,
like
I know.
Freezes and stares. So who knows what that's about.
Right.
But
yeah, I feel like animals and babies see stuff that we don't see. Because babies always, yeah. I mean, it's probably just that they can't focus, but it's like when Piper was little, or when I was holding any of my friends' babies, like holding them in your lap, they're always looking right over your shoulder, and it's like, who's behind me? Like, what do you see behind me? They're always looking just past you.
They're probably just seeing sparkly thing back there.
I know. But I assume it's a ghost.
I think if you had a ghost, you would know it
Yeah.
hanging around.
You think? Yeah, that's probably true. Yeah. So I don't have any yet, but, and I guess I won't say her name just in case, but the estate lady that we used to have in our group, she told me some really cool stories during our one-to-one doing, with estate sales. You have a lot of people's homes where they've passed, and she, yeah, has some where it's like you couldn't ignore it, like lights and doors and, yeah, all kinds of crazy stuff. But
I would imagine,
yeah.
I mean,
So
it stands to reason here. The scientific group would say matter can't be created or destroyed. It just gets transformed.
right. So it's around. Yeah.
Maybe. I'm open. I don't got all the answers. I don't have all the answers. If I had all the answers, I'd be, doing something else.
Right. You wouldn't be waiting for the aliens if you had all the answers.
Exactly.
That's awesome. So remind me, was it you? Someone told me that they knew someone that was like super into aliens, that like had a group or something that talked about it. No? Maybe that was someone else's client. There was someone that I was speaking to about it, and they were like, "Oh, you should talk to so and so. She actually goes to like group meetings about UFOs and stuff."
Oh goodness, no.
You
I
don't
don't
know.
have time for that.
Well, I didn't think you did it, but I thought you might have a friend that does it.
No.
Okay.
But seriously, I mean, let's deal with the knowns. We have enough going on with the knowns.
That's true. Yeah,
We got to take it as it comes, deal with the knowns.
That's true. That's a good point.
I still have an interest.
But yeah, I can't get lost in all of the unknown.
Right.
Yeah. So are you much of a, I don't know, I'll say like like with Jeff Singletary, he's got like his morning routine and his like mindset and meditation and that kind of stuff, journaling. Do you have any of that? Do you do any of that? No? Okay.
No, I don't. Isn't that crazy?
I'm just curious because you always seem to be in like good spirits, so I was just curious.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I like to think I'm internally happy.
Well, good. If you think that, then that's true. Like,
self-talk.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the self-talk. Yeah, you have to.
I mean, I will say that I really look forward, to work.
You do really like it?
Yeah, I do. I like it a lot. I really like helping people. Hence being hence being a director for BNI.
Right.
I mean, I go to the chapters, do training and help them be better networkers. And I do one-to-ones with people from other chapters to give them ideas on how they can utilize the system. I like, I really love working with, I mean, I have, as you know, I have a couple larger clients, one national,
right,
and couple, but anyways, I really do like new businesses. I like working with people who are got an idea and they want to, make it happen.
Right.
And I enjoy working with them. Everything from like getting the right brand for them,
right,
getting the right look for their logo that's appropriate, so they don't call themselves, like XYZ Enterprises. What the heck is that,
I love that. Yeah. So you help them like with the whole marketing, like branding strategy.
Ground one, from getting out of the ground. Plus, also too, I think it's very interesting. So many people are technicians in their business, or they have a concept. It's not like build it and they will come. Nope, doesn't work that way.
Right.
One time I worked with this client who had personally spent close to $50,000 on a product that was intended to compete with QuickBooks.
Oh, yeah.
Had some really cool features about it too. And how much do you plan on spending on marketing? Zero.
Oh wow. And
Like, that's kind
and
of
gonna try
stupid.
and yeah, and try to steal QuickBooks customers.
No, I mean, it's like no marketing strategy at all. Like, who is going to be in our sales channel? Who are we targeting?
Right, right.
How are we going to get this product to market?
Mm-hmm.
How are we going to tell people about it? I mean,
Right,
it's just people don't think ahead.
right, right. Mm-hmm.
And I think that's another aspect of business that I see a lot of.
Mm-hmm.
They have an idea, and they just think, snap your fingers, it's going to happen.
Right, right. Yep. Well, I
So
mean, I jumped off the ledge and started the tea business, and then was like I didn't really, yeah, I didn't know how to market myself well. Like I made a website and did some things, but like I didn't really know what I was doing. And then it wasn't until I met my business coach Sherry that she was like, "All right, we need to start from scratch." She's like,
that's
so
good. Reel you back in.
yes,
You know,
yes. So she was great.
I had this article written about me back in, I think, 2016 for women in business. It was for the Space Coast magazine, and the article started out, "Leap and the net will appear." The only problem is when you're holding the net.
Oh,
right.
That's really good when you're holding the
net. I mean, okay, it's me that's holding the net, right?
Right, right. Yeah.
I had this little mantra that I learned way back in the 90s, when I was a radio salesperson. If it's to be, it's up to me.
Oh, I like that.
I mean, no, can't rely on anybody else.
Right, right.
Putting a cushion under your butt,
Right, right.
Got to make the hard steps, hard sit down yourself.
Right, right. That's good. I like that. So, do you have, this is always my last question. Do you have any final words?
Well, my final word is I want to thank you very much for this opportunity.
Oh, well, thank you so much. Yes, thank you so much for coming on. I knew that you would be fun. I always like talking to you.
I really enjoy you very much as a person, Amy. And I think, what I'd like to say, I said this, as a matter of fact, to a certain former catering owner the other day. I told her, I said, she is a real gem.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
That's really sweet. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes. And I appreciate all the cool stuff you give me too. Like the family, like, some
family.
of the family, like heirloom stuff. That's very sweet.
I have no interest in it, but you know what? At least I know it's going to go to a good home.
Right. Exactly. Yep. And it has.
That's good. I mean, I don't mind sharing with you what I passed along. Close it out.
What'd you say?
I said to close it out, don't mind sharing with you what I passed along.
Okay.
So I gave Amy this beautiful rocking chair that I know for a fact is got to be from at least the early or the mid 1800s at least. The way the arms are shaped, and it's a cane rocking chair. It's very fragile. But as a child, I remember seeing my grandfather, who was a pharmacist, reading the Sunday Funnies when I was 6 years old. That's
really sweet.
Long time ago.
Yeah, and it's a nice chair.
Previously it belonged to my great aunt, and she, gosh, I think she was living in 1900.
Oh wow, yeah. So it's old, but it's it looks, but it looks great. Like it's in great shape. I mean,
they had it refurbished.
Oh, okay, that's the secret.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, but I know you'll enjoy looking at it and knowing the story behind it and remember.
Absolutely. I will. Absolutely. Well, awesome. Well, thank you so much, Kay, for being on. And everyone, you were watching Virtual Tea Time with Amy. And my special guest today was Kay Stelling with Genius Advertising. And thank you for everyone who watched live. And thank you everyone who watches into eternity as it plays on the internet forever. So thank you, everyone. All right. Cheers. Bye, Kay. Thank you.